people of YouTube, good morning. And welcome to another episode of Midwest Madness. Today we're playing the public land shuffle game, which means avoiding hunters more so than actually finding deer. This morning, not a mission fail, but not exactly a mission success, which is why it's light and I'm still at the truck. I'm on like spot number 10. It's okay, I see some deer. They're not exactly on public, but they're close, and it is the rut, so anything can happen. We're going to keep the confidence high, keep the faith high, and we are going to believe that we're going to get it done. So I'm going to grab the rest of my gear. We're going to hustle over there and get as close as we can to those deer, put ourselves in position to win. Let's do it. Well, in the equal amount of distance that I've put on the deer have made on me going towards private. So there's a lot of good public to be had. We just have to be in the right spot at the right time, which is the rut, so to speak. I glassed, I don't see any bucks on this piece. So, in the nature of run and gun, I think I'll grab my stuff, see what we can find, and keep moving. I don't know if there's going to be many opportunities elsewhere until the first wave of people kind of call it quits. So, that's alright. Totally okay. We don't mind that at all. But we're gonna just keep milling around, see if we can't find anything worth finding. So there's deer, they're moving, but there's also people. Public land shuffle game is a fun one to play. Alright, so here's the strategy. Alright guys. So when we're on the public land shuffle, you can't get too discouraged, right? You're competing with a lot of other hunters. There's a lot of other people out here for a little bit of the resource, which is public land. So, with that being said, you also can't commit to one spot, overcommit, and then burn your whole day on wasting a spot. So, what I've done as I got back to the truck now, what's hilarious, there's deer all over the private. I mean, I could probably see 100 deer right now if I look around, but none of them are within a mile of public land right now. That's okay though, because it's the rut and anything can happen. So we just have to stay patient and stay committed to the goal, which is finding a buck on public land. But that means we're gonna have to cover some ground. So we're back in the truck now. Some people might say this strategy doesn't work, but I'm telling you, it's worked for me in Montana for 3 years, a similar strategy, public land shuffling. 7:32 now, and we're just gonna roll around, check a couple spots, see if we see anything close by, and if not, we'll keep looking for another spot. Worst comes to worst, by that mid-morning time frame, what usually happens is people give up and they leave, and that's when those bucks start running around the public land, and I've seen it happen time and time again. So it's kind of what I'm holding out hope for. So for the first little bit of the morning, while people have got spots locked up, deer kind of doing their first morning thing that they're already committed to, we're just going to go drive around and see if we can't get lucky. After that, we will dive into somewhere once somebody leaves, and hopefully we can really get on one here pretty quick. I think we can. I don't think it'll be any problem at all. So let's drive around and let's try to find one. Well, just like that. There's nobody out here. It's not even 9:30 yet, and pretty much everyone has given up and gone inside. So, you know, my strategy, it works. Now, I can't promise that there's going to be any deer out here, but what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab my rifle, the camera, and probably the tripod, and I'm just going to go for a little walk out here. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to bring the pack or anything crazy, just because, you know, you bring the pack and then nothing happens. So we'll just go a little minimalist, see if we can make something happen. I think we can, and we'll just go for a little walk, see if we can't spook something up. Worst case, we'll come back here, grab the pack, and we'll go pack them out. All right, let's go kill a deer. Here's a fun statistic for you guys. The majority of Boone and Crockett bucks are killed between the hours 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So it's almost not even worth going out for the morning. But, you know, who's gonna do that? Because I am a morning hunter. I just love it. But we're gonna go find one of those Boone and Crockett's out here. It's gonna be great. I've seen about
I don't know if you'd call it 50 people out here today, but wouldn't surprise me. It's not exactly a surprise where I'm hunting, but when it's not a surprise we're hunting, you've got to do the unconventional. And my tip to the other hunters, if you see this video, is wait a little bit longer than 9 o'clock before you leave. That's when all the deer get moving, man. So, cracks me up. As I'm walking, I'm just thinking about how much I love a good minimalist hunt. This is how me and the boys used to hunt when we were kids, even before we were teenagers, and then once we were teenagers. Just got the rifle. I've got 3 shells with me. If I miss with 3, you know I'm not good enough. And just got my phone in my pocket and a hoist in the back pocket. Nothing else. Feels pretty nice, actually. That's just the way we used to do it. I think there's something to be said about just getting back to that way of doing things, especially as you start to get a little bit older. You buy gear, you got all this nice expensive stuff, and that's all fine and dandy, but sometimes you just got to go back to the basics. And when you kill deer is when you care the least about killing a deer, is what I found. Seems to usually work out pretty well. Speaking of which, let's just double check. I'm not looking super close. There's a little dike here that could be good. I've seen like 3 people stop and glass me up on the road behind me. But the thing about this spot, and the thing about most public land in general, is most of the places where you're gonna get the deer, you're not gonna be able to see from the road. So it's just a little bit of being smart, playing the wind, playing the animals, and playing the other hunters, because that is how you kill the deer. I've killed 2 deer out here doing the same exact strategy, and I've lived in Montana for going on 4 years, but I've only been a legal hunting resident for 3 hunting seasons, and I've killed a legal buck all 3, so I think I've got a little bit something going on. Maybe you'll take my advice. Well, this is certainly a new development. Normally, I have to cross this guy right here, which makes it a lot more difficult for people to get in and out of here, because this little ditch is normally full of water. Now I'm guessing a farmer or someone has diverted this water for some reason, or maybe the river is just low, but there's no water in the dike. So, might mean more hunters have gotten across here than I'd like. But, you know, you'll have that, I suppose. Alright, we already saw that one deer tick off across the field. They were on private, so it's fine. But it just goes to show these deer, they bed tight, and they don't move very freely unless either A, a buck is chasing them, B, you spook them. So I'm gonna go ahead and unsling the rifle here and see if there's any poking around on this other side here. You never know. See some people passing by on a canoe, paddling down. That's good. They've got the right idea. They're going to the right spots. But even they can't see quite all the way. They've got a nice buck in their canoe. That's awesome. Good for them. Which must mean, the only thing I can think, I don't know where they would be canoeing from, There's another couple accesses up the ways, but I didn't hear too many shots this morning. But good for them, congrats. That's awesome. But where there's one means there's another. Deer coming right here. Deer coming right here, like maybe not even 100 yards. This is hilarious. This deer is gonna walk right to me, I think. She hears the people in the canoe. I don't know if I can get it on video. I'll try though. I don't think there's a buck behind her. I'd like to know if there's a buck right there. Meh. Meh. That's crazy. I just stopped right here. Daggum deer walks right down. It's because I tried to get it on video. If I wouldn't have let her stop, I could have smoked her. But I was trying to get it on camera. That's kind of a shame. I hate that for myself, but she didn't go that far. Only a couple 100 yards on the way. She's crossing over. I don't know where she's gonna go to after that. I don't know. Might walk that way first. See if we can get back up on her. I don't know. I don't think she'll cross the river, but dang. She did. I looked up and she was 20 yards from me. That's crazy. Well, not 20 yards, but so close, man. If I hadn't tried to get the camera on her, I could have got her. Camera got me. Spotted me one today. Darn. All right, let's go find one more. There's a bunch of deer in here. There's gonna be one nearby. That was a perfect setup. So dang close, man. So close. All right, you guys, we are back for the evening. We're at a little piece of private land that I'm able to hunt. It's urban in Bozeman. Small little piece of public, but there's always deer out here. Thank you, my buddy Travis, for letting me hunt on your piece. You never know, there's always bucks or little does in here. I've seen all kinds of animals in here. Even though it's a smaller property, there's lots of action, and we need some meat. We got the bow with us, and we're gonna get it done. So I gotta kind of be quiet because it's not very big. I'm gonna sneak in there, find a spot to sit down, and we'll park it for the night. Hopefully we'll get one. So these deer, basically these thick willow bottoms, like we were hunting earlier this morning. And there's always a zillion deer in here, always. So, gotta kind of be a little careful. The good thing is, they're not too spooky about anything because they know that there's a lot of people around here. So every time I've come over here, I've seen them pop out in this field behind me from these woods. So I just gotta find a good spot where, you know, it makes sense. And there is one spot back here along the river that seems to be pretty good. That might be my best odds at seeing a nice buck. But all of it's good through here. There's lots of deer tracks, deer sign everywhere. So I'm just gonna kind of hug the edge, sneak along. We'll see if anybody's home to play. Alright, so here's the thing about this spot. Deer can come from everywhere, and there's a lot of deer. So we gotta clear out our spot so we don't make a bunch of noise if one comes in. Alright, now we've got our area mostly cleared out in here. Should be pretty good. No obstructions. I think I'm gonna stand, and I should have enough room to move the camera around. My biggest worry is any deer coming from behind me, but I think that's okay. I've got enough brush right here. I can just kind of tuck in behind this little lean-to and be hidden enough. Also, clearing out those leaves might sound like a buck making a scrape, which might be good for me. So you never know. I don't know. I might sit here and be quiet for a minute, but I also might go poke around. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up yet. We'll see. There could be deer anywhere in here, so I just, you know, want to make sure I'm ready. Another thing that's important, if you're ground hunting, make sure you have your quiver in a semi-accessible spot. So that way, if you need a follow-up, you got one immediately. Since I'm hunting in tight quarters in here, I'm gonna go ahead and put the release on the bow, just in case. So now, we should be pretty ready. If a deer comes in down this pathway, they're gonna give me a perfect shot. Call me back like after probably like 6 o'clock my time. It should be plenty dark by then. Alright, love you. Bye. It's a little sister Ellie. Love when we get phone calls from her like that. That's awesome. So kind of how I'm tucked up here. I just noticed there's a big rub behind me. Right there. You guys can't tell, but I've got these trees right in front of me, and I've got a small gap. If something comes through here, I should be able to stay hidden enough. Wait for him to get kind of right in this gap in front of me. Draw my bow back. Wait for him. And all I need is for him to clear that. Just have to clear a couple of small twigs up front here, which I might go move quickly, just in case. I don't want him to pause right there where I can't shoot. So, but other than that, it looks great. I have perfect setup. Alright, here goes for a little cribs edition. So here is this little lean-to that the owner's son's actually built in here. Part of a lean-to. But I took this log out right here so that I can kind of see through it like a peephole. And ideally, so here's my chair. Here's my chair. Here's my bow and all that. So ideally, if I'm sitting right here, I've cleared this area out. Ideally, if I'm sitting right here, they'll come from over here, walk past me. I can draw when they're in that stuff. and get a 15-yard tops shot through there. Should be very easy. And I think I've cleaned out the area enough where there shouldn't be a heck of a lot of brush noise from walking around, but I'm gonna go move a couple of sticks really quick just to be on the safe side. So there's a big down tree which kind of has created a natural path that they're gonna have to come through, so might be pretty good. Fingers crossed. Alright, I'm gonna commit a cardinal sin. I need to clear a small shooting lane for myself right through here. There's a couple of twigs sticking up. So I think it will be in my best interest to go knock those down really quick, but I'm gonna have to leave my bow in doing so. But I don't hear anything really rolling around too much, so should be okay. I really hope I get all these squeaks and things out of my chair. Alright. I already cleared out my area, so it's like, of course I just heard something. There's all kinds of deer tracks in here too, which is hilarious. Alright, I'm just gonna do it quick before I get busted. I'm just gonna trot around like a deer. Just make those deceitful enough to disguise my position. Doe right here. No more than probably 30 yards behind me this way. I'm gonna try to stand up. I don't know how much video I'll be able to get from over here behind me, but I'll try my best. She's right through the crack of the tree here. There's more with her, but I can't tell how many. There's a cat coming through here. The cat's gonna walk right to the deer. That's hilarious.
Meh.
Smoked her, baby. Smoked her. She's gonna go down right there. I see her. She's gonna go down right there. She's bigger than I thought. Like 3 yards, dude. No, it's more than 3 yards, like 10 yards. She's gonna go down right there. Let's go. Wow, she had no clue I was there. That worked perfectly. Let's reload and see if a buck comes in. I didn't even hear her flopping around in there. At least I haven't yet, but perfect. Right behind the shoulder. Easy double long. Let's go. Alright. I'm gonna be really careful and sneaky. I think she is more than dead. I can see blood on the leaves. But I want to go see if I can get my arrow at least. Boy, that shot was so close. And it was just absolutely perfect. So she was coming. Trying to pinpoint exactly where she was standing. But there's all the blood right there. Let me show you guys. Look at that right there. Nice red blood. All the way over there. Just spewing. So. Oh yeah, there's the fur. There's the fur from where I shot. It's right here. If we analyze the whole situation here. There's fur from right there where I shot. She was no more than 10 yards tops. That arrow's gotta be right here somewhere. I mean, she's toast. I figured it would have passed through. Gone right here on the other side. Probably is right here somewhere, but buried in the dirt and grass and stuff. She came right here. And there, where am I at here? Well, almost the exact spot I shot my other deer in here. Almost to the T. So there's my hideout right there. She was standing right here when I shot her. Blood everywhere through there. I didn't see my arrow land anywhere, but I'm pretty sure she's a goner. So I saw her run. Right there. It's blood. I don't know if she ran up through all that junk. Maybe. I don't know exactly where my arrow is, but it's gotta be right here somewhere. Alright, so we're gonna go pick up the blood trail. I think it's been plenty long enough. I've waited probably 40 minutes now, at least. Perfect. Perfect 10-yard shot. I didn't immediately see my arrow, which is kind of annoying. I can't lie. But got a lot of blood right here. Immediately after the shot. Showing up here. And through there, smeared blood on all that stuff. I don't think she knocked my arrow off in there, I don't think. I'll find it if not, but ran through there, got blood on everything. Then she came right through here. Blood on all this stuff. Blood through here. Blood spraying. I'm gonna try to be somewhat quiet. I'm pretty sure I saw her go down right here, but it's pretty thick, so. I don't know the best way around to this, so to speak. But also I don't want it to get too dark in here. But oh yeah, it's spraying. Let me just follow it the way that it goes. I'm gonna sit the bow down. Hopefully I don't come to regret that later. I shouldn't, but here. Right in there. Dead as a doornail. Alright, well, let's get the bow really quick. Let's walk over there. I want to find my arrow first. Text a landowner. Once again, thanks, Travis, for letting me come hunt out on your place, man. This place is awesome. It goes to show, sometimes people aren't necessarily bad hunters. They might just not have the greatest land. But it's thick in here, boy. Try to get this bow arranged in a sense. She was spraying from both sides, it looks like. Yep. And then she just fell overed. There she blows. Nice little spot for one, though. If I was a deer, be a good spot. Alright, let's go through here. Try not to jack up my bow too bad. There's all kinds of deer poo in here. There she lays. Well, I don't know what the heck was walking over there. Pretty sure it's a deer. Could be wrong, but it's some thick swamp in here. Alright. I'm gonna leave an arrow knocked in case a buck comes walking down this trail. It's a pretty good trail in here, actually. So, check it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect shot. That's awesome. Thank you, God, for the opportunity to bow hunt, and thank you, God, for the opportunity to get a deer. All right, you guys, got this doe loaded up. Oh, wow. I cannot thank Travis enough for allowing me to come out here and hunt and do this thing that I love. What an amazing opportunity it is. And I'm just thankful to the good Lord for giving me an opportunity to go get a deer. Now, I've got some work to do for sure. That's all right, because we have got meat in the freezer, and we're thankful that God provided and gave us something to eat. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, we'll catch you on the next episode of Midwest Madness. Peace.